Hello Sagittarius, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and this is your January 2020 monthly read. So Happy New Year Sagittarius. If you'd like a private reading with me, then you can book, there's a link up there. I get all my readings out within 24 hours of your booking. They're 3 pages long, and you'll notice at the time of booking you can click the check boxes as to what area of your life you want the reading to be about. You can choose one or you can choose multiples of them. And you can also book in with some upgrades as well at the time of booking for a reduced price as well, so check that out too. Sagittarius. Right, Sagittarius, what have you got going on in January, generally? Sagittarius, travel and meditate. So if you've been thinking about travel, or if you maybe one of those people that keeps on saying, I love travel, I want to travel, but you haven't actually been taking action on that, this is asking you to meditate on that too, because it's your resistance that's stopping you from doing that. So maybe you're thinking it's like physical things in your life that are stopping you from travel. Maybe you're thinking you've got a good reason that you can't travel. It could be you're saying, oh, I haven't got the money to travel, or I need, my mom's sick and I need to stay here, or something like that. You've got a reason that's stopping you from travel, and you think it's a good reason, but it's not a good reason. You can. And so it's asking you to meditate because the travel that you have been thinking about is coming from your higher self. Your higher self is like saying, come on, get on with it now. Get on with it. Maybe you're supposed to be somewhere else. Maybe the travel is to open your mind up. Travel has so opened my mind up. I grew up in the UK. 20 years ago, I moved to Australia. 3 years ago, I moved to Thailand. And, well, it's probably like 4 years ago, I started traveling around Asia. And ended up settling here in Thailand. And each step of the way, I was called to travel and make those moves. And when I landed somewhere, it felt right for me, felt like at home. I stayed in those places. It's always brought me some kind of development, some kind of self-development. And so Australia was all about me. It was a much friendlier place than the UK, much more emotionally nurturing. I'd had a lot of healing to do then, and the support was there in Australia to do that. It was really good for me. And then when I got to Thailand, they taught me about having very strong boundaries, being very emotionally transparent, so not hiding your emotions. If someone does something bad to you, then responding with a strong boundary to that. If you're angry, not pushing it down and hiding it, actually expressing your anger. They're very emotionally transparent like that, and that's taught me how to be to have strong boundaries, to stand up for myself, to be very strong too. And so each step of the way, maybe the same is for you too. So maybe you've been in a culture that is stopping you from being your true self, and you just don't know yet because you know the culture that you're in, and you haven't experienced another one yet that's going to be right for you. So if you've been thinking about that travel, your higher self is saying, yes, you need to go there. Like, it's right for you. You need to go there. And so meditate, because you need to stop whatever, you need to sort out whatever it is that's holding you back from that, because it's not a valid reason. If you want some help with that as well, get yourself a reading. Your higher self will know what it is for sure. Oh, okay. Sagittarius, you've got right and let go of the story. So it's probably an old story that you've got going on, which is keeping you stuck where you are. And you need to write that down in order to let it go. Write down your old story, like, this is what I used to live. This is the patterns that I used to be in. If you want those changes in your life, you need to get clear on what it is that you've been doing so that you can actually change that. And so you've got an old story going on. You know how I said it could be like your reason could be money. You could be saying, I don't have the money to travel, and that might be an ongoing story. Keep on holding yourself back from the money that you need, and it gives you a good excuse not to actually be courageous enough to make those moves. So it's a bit of an excuse there. It's like, it's very easy to keep on saying, oh, I don't have the money to do it, I don't have the money to do it, when you're feeling a little bit fearful to actually take that step to go and travel. Or it could be, as I said, the other example that I gave was like, oh, my mum's sick, so I need to stay here. It's like, well, there's other people, there are other people that can care for your mum too. It's not all on your shoulders. And I'm sure your mum wants you to live your life. You don't need to hold yourself back, because If your mum gets better or whatever, you'll just make another excuse. And so this is about getting to the bottom of those excuses, writing it down so that you can actually let go of that story. Sometimes we write things down because we want to attract it. Sometimes we write things down to let it go. And it might seem contradictory. It's like, well, if you write something down, aren't you attracting it from the universe? No, because the key is it's about letting go. So we write down things that are bothering us in order to let it go. Like if you're falling asleep and something's on your mind, if you've got a pad of paper by the bed, you write it down. It allows you to release it off your mind and it allows you to go to sleep. It's not like a wish list from the universe, like a goal list. When you write your goals down, you write those as like a wish list to the universe. But what's really happening when you write it down is you're releasing it. Because when you ask for something and then you release it, when you surrender it, that's the key to manifestation. And so it's all about letting go. Writing it down is all about letting go. And so you can let go of a story, you can let go of negative things by writing them down. You can also let go of trying to get the positive things by writing it down too. So that's how it works, if you've been wondering, Sagittarius. So write it down to let go of that story of what's been blocking you, of how you're holding yourself back. And fear is behind it. It's an excuse because really you're feeling scared. You don't want to be courageous to actually take that step. Well, Sagittarius, stop that. Sagittarius, what have you got going on in January 2020 with your relationships? Right. More fears here because you got the vulnerable card and I am that. Now I'm feeling like you know what kind of person you want to be with. Sagittarius, are you single Sagittariuses? You know what kind of person you want to be with, but you're thinking when you meet them, when it actually comes down to having a relationship with that kind of person, you're not feeling good enough. You're feeling like they're out of your league. You know that you are that, but you're not really owning that, knowing that that's your energy, knowing that you deserve that, stepping into those kind of relationships because it makes you feel vulnerable. If you think about it, if you're the smartest person in the room, right, that feels very comfortable, doesn't it? If you know about everything about a subject and you're going into a room, you feel very comfortable in that room, but you're not going to learn anything from that room because you already know it all. And same in a relationship, like if you are choosing those that aren't at your level, it's going to feel very comfortable, but it's not going to grow you. It's not going to be a good relationship for you. Those relationships that you feel vulnerable in, that it feels a little bit beyond you, that is what that's going to be the right relationship. Yeah. And it's the vulnerability isn't saying, you shouldn't make that decision. It's not like a negative feeling. It's not like a fearful, this is dangerous. It's not a red flag thing. It's just a vulnerability. It's something about you that you need to overcome because you are that. So I'm really feeling that you've got like much better relationships, but you need to get over that fear and get out of that comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone. This is like a CEO of a company that keeps on going out with secretaries because they daren't have a relationship with that CEO of another company because it scares them and it brings up their insecurities and it brings up the feelings of, oh, yeah, I'm a CEO, but I actually feel like an imposter. I've got imposter syndrome and I don't feel like I'm that good at it. Everyone feels like that. Everyone has those vulnerabilities. It's time for you to get over that now so you can be in the relationships that you want. You need to own who you are. Own who you are, Sagittarius, so that you can be in those right relationships for you now. I'm feeling like there's a power couple coming. You're going to get into some kind of a power couple relationship, Sagittarius, when you do this. Yeah, when you own who you are and your level, and you allow yourself to get into a relationship like that, you're going to be in this amazing power couple, and so much is going to come from that. So much is going to come from that because here in your love life, you've got work and mystery. So it's someone, the right person for you is connected with your work too. Maybe it's someone that you're going to work with and co-create with. It's going to be like this, as I said, power couple partnership where you're doing big things in the world with each other. It's very positive energy. But yeah, you haven't met them yet. It's still a mystery. You need to be open to way more in relationships. Like there's so much available to you, so much available to you. You've got much better coming to you, and you need to get aligned with that. So you need to be open to that and just think about it. Like just imagine it, Sagittarius, what that would feel like being a part of a power couple, someone that's just as powerful as you, someone that's just as able as you. Yeah, sure, they'll make you feel vulnerable, but you can get over that. Like you'll get over that really quickly. You know, we all do this. I remember being a kid and you're starting school and it's scary. It's so scary. But you soon get used to it. It takes you, what, a week or two to get used to it. And then you graduate from that school and you go to high school, and it's the same. It's really scary when you start, but you get over it. And same with these relationships, you know. You might feel vulnerable at first, but once you get into it, it's going to be so much better for you. So don't worry about that. Sagittarius, what have you got going on with your work in January 2020? Accept what is and talk to someone. This is about making changes. Like I just got a vision then of someone in a job going to see the boss and saying, look, I'm just not happy here anymore. And I think that's been obvious. And so I'm going to be making a shift now. I'm going to start my own business or something. My focus is going to be somewhere else, or I want a promotion, or, move to another company or something like that. It's something like that. It's about being honest. It's like talking to someone, accepting what is, like listening to your feedback, being honest with yourself about the changes and being honest with other people about the changes. You don't need to pretend to your boss that you're happy there. You can talk to them about the changes. It's not, they're not going to be offended. They are human beings too. Like say they're not going to say, like if you went to your boss and say, "Oh, I'm getting married," they're a whole person. Not going to say you can't get married. You should be 100% about your job, and that's it. You shouldn't have anything else in your life. They're not going to say that. And so be honest. You'll be amazed where it'll lead to if you're honest. Now, if you've got your own business, Sagittarius, um, yeah, this is about accepting where you're at in your business. I'm feeling like there's a new coach or a new teacher, something like that. Talking to someone to move it. Maybe you've been headed in a certain direction, trying something over and over again, and it's got you to a certain level. There's a higher level to go to. You need to accept where you are, talk to someone to get to a whole new level. Yeah, yeah. There you go. What else in your work, Sagittarius? We've got gentle arcanus and sabotage. Oh, being okay about your sabotage. Now, so you've got a sabotage pattern going on, Sagittarius, in your work. It could be anything, so I won't go into details about that. But whatever your sabotage pattern is, this is saying you've probably been aware of it and you've been trying to change it. And this is saying if you're trying to change it, that's like a resistance. We can't change things when we're negatively focused on it. This is saying like being okay about your sabotage. It's like loving yourself anyway. It's like, oh, you know, you, I've got to love myself because I keep on sabotaging myself in this way. It's like accepting it and loving yourself for it, being okay about it. That's going to allow you to release it. Um, Much more easily than fighting it or trying to change it. So just accepting it and it will dissipate easily. What about your money, January 2020, Sagittarius? We've got gratitude and love what is. This is about loving the money that you've got coming in at the moment. So if you find that you've been negatively focused about your money, Sagittarius, you've been thinking it's not enough, you haven't actually been grateful. You've kind of lost that focus on the gratitude for the money that's coming in. And remember, like anything that we're grateful for is going to grow in our world. So if you can get back to that attitude of gratitude about your money, then it's going to start flowing in a bigger way to you. So imagine like a kid. When you're a kid and like, yeah, you don't get money, right? When you're a kid, because all of your needs are met by your parents, right? And so they're buying you stuff with money and you don't have to think about it. And so, like, remember that first time where you found some money or you were given some money, how exciting it was and how grateful you were for that. And you thought, like a $10 note in your hand, and you think like all the toys that I could buy with that, all the sweets and the lollies that I could buy with that, your imagination just goes wild, right? That's our natural state. That state of gratitude and excitement and our imagination going wild of what we could do with this resource that we've just got. Try and get yourself back to that sense of wonder and that sense of gratitude about the money you've got coming in. We get so jaded as adults and we're like, no, that's not enough, that's not enough. The money comes in and we're not grateful for it, we're not excited about it, we're not thinking about all the possibilities of what we could spend it on. But what if you do that? What if you actually do that? It's going to attract so much more money to you. It's going to flow in. I think it's time to stop doing these videos. My office is being invaded by tourists. It's been really hard actually to find the time to do these videos in a quiet place on the island and because I'm just so busy at the moment, so I'm having to do them at home and do it when it's actually quiet so I can make these videos. But let's persist. Right, this is also about your money. Sagittarius, you've got release, guilt, and include. The guilt for having money. Oh, are you guilty for having money, Sagittarius? Maybe you've got this thing about money saying, you know, I can't have more money because there's people that have less than me. Why should I have more money if there's people that have nothing? It's like, well, why shouldn't you? You can't do anything about them having no money, especially if you've got no money. You can't do anything about them having money. If you let yourself have a lot of money, then you can help them. Then you can give them money. Then you can start a charity off, or then you can give to charities and stuff like that. You can't do anything. If you're feeling guilty like that and you're stopping yourself from having money because others don't have it, that's like choosing to be sick because other people are sick. It's just insane. It's just insane. Yeah, don't do that. Don't feel guilty about that. Include yourself. You deserve money as much as everyone else. You can't wait for everyone else to have money before you'll allow yourself money. Be the first. Be a leader. Be the first one that accepts it in. If you've got like a friends around you and they've all got problems with money and they're all struggling too, be the first one to lead you all out of that. Release that guilt. Include yourself. Go for it now. Go for that money you want and show them the way. Show all your friends the way. Lift them all out of it by being the first one to do that. It's the only way you can do it. You can't wait for them to all do it first. Don't wait for someone else to lift you out of that. You be the person to be the first. Be the leader that you are, Sagittarius. There you go. If you like this reading, please click like, subscribe to my channel, and please share it with your friends. I hope you have an amazing January. Happy New Year, Sagittarius, and I will see you next time. Bye.